everyone, I'm Alexis Galati with Cerebral Tax Advisors, and I am here to discuss with you accountable plans. Now, many of you are aware that you can deduct a ton of expenses through your business. However, when you are part of a corporation, such as an S-corp or a C-corp, you really have to be using an accountable plan in order to deduct any expenses that you've paid personally out of pocket. So what normally happens is you have an expense, let's say you put it on your personal credit card and you want to run it through your business and have your business pay for it. Let's just say it's office supplies. And in order there's two ways you can do it. You can use a non-accountable plan, which is basically your S-corp says, hey, here's an extra $1,000 a month for you to use for any personal expenses, mileage, office supplies, any of those sort of things. But the problem is that that $1,000 a month, since it's not accountable, you're not actually providing receipts, is taxable and would go into your W-2. Now, with an accountable plan, you have to actually submit receipts to your business in order to get that reimbursement. And so you're basically accounting for the expense. Now, a lot of people are confused about how to do this. And so I'm going to actually walk you through it. And this is something that I do with my clients every day. And it's very simple to implement once you actually see the mechanics. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. So the first thing you have to do is to make sure that you have a expense reimbursement plan. And that's that accountable plan. And you have to actually implement that in your business. It has to be signed off on. And what you want to do is start it as soon as you start your business and have that signed off. So then that way, you can go and start reimbursing things right away. Now, if you don't start it until after, then you can still end up taking personal expenses, but there's some other things that we'll have to end up doing in order to make sure that we're documenting everything properly. And if you're a client of mine, we provide this template for you, and we actually fill it all out for you. And the only thing you have to really do is sign it. And then once you have signed this, it's part of your business now. It's been agreed upon, and it's something you'll want to go and make a note of that you did, that can be put into the meeting minutes at the end of the year. Now, in order to actually start using it, what happens is once you have an expense, you will use this expense reimbursement template that allows you to easily go and say, the employee name, so that would be yourself, and then, or if you have other employees in your business, that would be their name, what the expense period is. So let's just say it's the month of June, and then the business purpose for the expense. Or if there's going to be multiple expenses, what I do is put in here like staples, office supplies, mileage, and so basically it goes and creates, goes and shows like what it's for. Now, one thing I do recommend doing is creating a category list that is very similar to your normal expenses within your bookkeeping system. So if you're using QuickBooks Online, for example, then you want to make sure that you put the category in here of what it needs to be. And then obviously the cost. And then, for some reason, your company gives you a cash advance, make sure to take that out, and then you can actually have that total reimbursement. And then before going and submitting it, the employee needs to sign, and then the manager or supervisor needs to go and sign. So most of the time, those of you that are just like a single owner S-corp, you're going to be signing in both spots. And what you're going to also do is also don't forget to attach receipts. So your S-corp needs to have those receipts. It can't be bank statements. It can't be credit card statements. It has to be the actual receipt or a copy of the canceled check. So that is what the IRS needs, because if, let's say, you go to Staples, they don't know whether you bought candy there or you bought office supplies, and each are treated differently. So make sure that you are properly recording things and categorizing them. And when, let's say, you go and reimburse yourself $100 of expenses. Well, what you need to do once you get into QuickBooks or into your bookkeeping system is then go and you'll see the $100 come through as a bank transaction. And then you go and you can either, if it's just one item, you just make sure to categorize that to, let's say, office supplies. And then it's going to be recorded properly as office supplies, and you can even put a note in the memo saying, reimbursement for office supplies. If you want to be a little more technical, you could do like put a reimbursement number 001, something like that. So then that way you have it tied to the reimbursement form. Now, if it's multiple things like office supplies and mileage, then when you're in QuickBooks, you can hit the split option and then put the, it's $100, $20 mileage, $80 to office supplies. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and I look forward to talking to you all soon. Thanks. Bye.